So I just came back to the office. I'm waiting for another trip because I took a coworker home, and while I had him there, why not ask some questions about this job? And so one of the questions that I asked is about so saying that I started my trip started at 5:47. What if when I came back, I still had time left on the clock, and they called for another trip? But the trip's pickup is not till like 1 or 2 in the morning, or 3, actually 3 in the morning. And so he says that if the pickup time is actually at 3, and because my 12 hours will be at 5:47 tomorrow morning, then it will count for. But if let's say if the trip that I was taking pickup time is like 3 or 4, so it's before my 12 hours is up, but I go beyond that by accident, then we'll consider it as today's trips. If it's before 5:47 of the pickup time, it will consider as tomorrow's trips. So yeah, it was kind of cool. So I'm in the Chevy now. That's the van that I took. I also had to get yeah, it's a little bit dark, so I had to dim the lights a little bit, so I dimmed the exposure because the lights are really bright. But yeah, that's the van that I drove all the way to Venus, to Alliance and back, and then somewhere around Fort Worth and back. So yeah, and it did well. It did well. I was surprised. It also has its own gas card now, because I came back here because I was going to get one of these vehicles that are nicer and stuff, and because when I came back first time around, I had this Chevy, the white Kia, and the black Kia was here. Well, someone already took the black Kia. and there was this guy, I think either owns that truck or that car. I don't know, probably that truck. Anyway, he was so nice. I don't think the Kia that he's driving, unless he's not looking at it correctly, because I don't think he actually is seeing it correctly, he can't find a gas card. So he's taking the white Kia, and I guess that one doesn't have a gas card. And so he looked in the Chevy. He asked me if I had one. And then he also looked at the Chrysler. He asked me if I had one. I told him I do, but that I was probably going to sit tight for a while, see if I get another trip. And because I said that, he's like, okay, then you can keep yours. If not, then I was going to give it to him. And then he told me, so I told him, why don't you check the Chrysler just in case? So he did. It doesn't, according to him, it doesn't have it. Because normally Chryslers do. But I was willing to like end my shift a little bit early, because that trip that I just took was only 5 hours altogether, so I got another 5 hours to go. So I offered to have give him my gas card, but he said no. And but yeah, he said that this Chevy didn't have one, so I was going to take the gas card with me from that van to this vehicle. But like, it has its own Wix card. He didn't see. He just didn't see it correctly, because it was up here all along. Like if he, like, see? If you pull it down, it's right there. So, oh well. So we're gonna wait till like maybe 1:30 to see if I got anything or get anything. If not, then I'm heading home.